Hey, this is David Rich again at HouseFurnace.com. Today we're going to show you how to lay a luxury vinyl plank floor.
All right, this is the product we're using. It's called Innova Luxe by HydroCore, and we are going to put a link in the description below. It's our Amazon affiliate link. So if you buy it through our link, they will give us a small commission, but it won't cost you anything extra. So thank you for doing that. This is what it looks like. We're renovating a basement, and this is how the walls are looking right now. Those are stained pine boards. And so we wanted to go with a floor that was just a little bit lighter than that. And so this flooring seemed just perfect for what we're trying to do. And so far we like it because it's got all kinds of different patterns on it and different color variations.
To get started, what we did is we used our laser level to shoot a straight line. The laser level that we have will shoot a line across this dimension and then a 90-degree line in the opposite dimension, so that off this wall we can see how straight our wall is. And that wall to this wall is off by a ½ inch or so. Not enough to get too worried about. We'll make it up. The basics of this is very simple. The plank that we have already has the pad attached, which is super nice. It's just one more thing you don't have to do. Because it's vinyl, it's a great product to put in the basement. And this is in the basement. Our basement's dry. We don't have any water issues. We did a vapor test on it, and that turned out fine. But nonetheless, basements can be high humidity and stuff like that, and so a vinyl plank is perfect. We're going to have a lot of traffic back and forth across this to the lake, and this is super durable. I think the warranty on this is ridiculous. This has a lifetime residential wear, a 5-year light commercial wear, a lifetime structural, and a lifetime waterproof guarantee. So that's the beauty of vinyl, especially in the place where you're going to get lots of traffic and a lot of wear. It cleans up just with water or some very light, non-abrasive detergent. We've got the planks going in tongue first, and the tongue is this right there. And then the next piece, once it's down, the next piece is going to come in like this, and that tongue is going to go underneath the existing piece, and it'll just lock in. So it's pretty easy to apply. We have 1/4-inch spacers between the floor, the plank, and the wall. Because this is a floating floor, they allow for expansion and contraction, and that's what that 1/4-inch gives us. This particular floor, they want you to put it in, and you tap it you start from left, go to right. You put it in, lay the first one down, you put the second one in, and like this, because it also has a tongue on the left side, and then down, and then tap it from the left. And then as you add additional rows, you're going to put it in like on this 45-degree angle, and then snap it down in, and just go across left to right all the way. Wherever your tongue is, you tap it on the opposite side. And you want to be careful you don't break off this the groove on the back side, because your next piece is going to snap into that. So you have to be a little gentle on your tapping. Get a board and place it above that and tap it over. You tap the long side first to get it into the next piece, and then the short side to move it over and snug it in. And they said that's the only crucial thing to do, because it makes sure if there's a gap between the two that shouldn't be there, then your whole floor will get thrown off by that. So you want to make sure that's a step you don't skip. So you can see Caleb already undercut this, and basically the only thing you have to do is to get your line, you put a piece, like pretend we hadn't already done this. You put your piece here, and then just go straight across, and now give you your line, and then you cut out the back side of your molding so you can slide it under. And that's what's already been done. On the edges where you don't have molding, we'll put quarter round on the bottom of this to hide that 1/4-inch gap. One thing we like about this floor is that though there is a repeating pattern, it's staggered across the boards. Those two are the same. Those two designs are the same, and yet they're in different places on the board, which is nice, because we've seen some materials where they have a repeating pattern and it's the same on every board, and it'll look junky. And so, because this is staggered in a different position on the board, it'll help it look a little more random when we're all said and done. We have a number of boxes open. They said take out the fluorine from a number of boxes, lay it down, kind of mixing up the tonal qualities of each printing, or however they make these things. And then you can look at the boards, and as you put them in, go, does this one look good next to the ones that are already there? So you work at getting a random look. As you do this, just make sure that you don't have similar boards that have the similar pattern next to each other. You want to stagger them out this way as well as this way as the floor builds out.
So in order to cut the end pieces, you find a piece where the lip's gonna tuck in here. Obviously this one's a bit too long, so I just rotate it this way, and I place it where it will be, and line it up so I can see the end of this tile, make a mark, and go cut it.
All right, so it's been raining a little bit, so we have this little contraption, and we're using a chop saw.
And there you go, that's your piece.
Nice. Does it fit in?
This is...
There it is in place. So listen, we're going to show you how to put one of these in. This is a little tricky, like laminate. I've done laminate before, and it's tricky, like this vinyl plank is as well. Engineered hardwood goes in a lot more simply and snaps in easier. This not so much because, well, you'll see. Anyway, we're going tongue in to the back groove. There's your back groove. And so the tongue slides underneath the board in front of it. And then you can see, the first thing you want to do is get a good fit. So right there you can see the yellow or the tan in between there, so it's not locked in real well. And so when you slide this in and that disappears, you know you're in good. Now the next challenge, while that's already snugged in, is to get this bottom lip under this upper one. And so I tilt this one up. When they're tilted, they slide a lot easier. When they're down in the locked position, they don't slide very well at all. So I tilt them both up and then slide this one underneath. Now again, I still have that tan piece right there. And so what I need to do is come from the other side while it's still tilted up. I can hold it there like that. And I have a little thin block of wood that I'm going to rest on top of this lip, not on it, but on top of it. And I'm just going to tap it lightly with the hammer. And then go over there and you'll see it close up. Ready? Okay. And that's it. That's pretty much the secret. The secret to getting it sliding is lifting it up at a 30-degree angle or so. Now, one more thing I'm going to do here is you can see it's not completely touching. And what's interesting about these is when you put them together, if they still want to sit up like this, you can just tap it in a little more and it'll more easily want to sit down. Yeah, see, it went in probably just a 50th of an inch, but when you have 50 rows of tiles, that 50th of an inch means you're off an inch when you get all done. So you have to make sure they're absolutely tight in. But then it's just the same process over and over and over again. And it's about being patient and taking your time and making sure everything is fitting in and locking in perfect. And then once it is, move on to the next tile. When we do this, if I were to take this block of wood and hit it right here against this edge is like a composite, almost like a hard cardboard. It's not strong at all. And if I were to hit it on there, I'll just crush that. So I have to go over it. like this, so it's sitting on top of that. And then I'm hitting against this piece is pre-strung. This is the vinyl or the plastic top that is strong. And then I'm hitting it just ever so gently like that. Okay, as you can see, we finished putting in the floor, and we're really happy with the result. The floor was a little more challenging than a lot of the floors that we've done in the past, in that the click locking mechanism, it works, but it was, if you got just the least amount of dust in between the locking mechanism, you had trouble fitting it. There's a link in the description below if you want to get this exact floor. The reason we went with vinyl plank floor, luxury vinyl plank, was because this is in the basement, and this is on the lake side of the house, and for that reason we're going to have a lot of traffic in here. It's where we store our paddles, it's where the lake preserves will go in that room there, and because of that fact, we're going to have a lot of water and a lot of dirt and a lot of leaves and that kind of stuff coming in and out of this room, and this thing mops up super easy and is absolutely waterproof. We thought this would be a good basement material. If you liked anything that you saw in this, we'd appreciate a thumbs up. It helps our channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. We've got lots more videos coming, and that's how you're going to find out about them the easiest and quickest. Thanks again for viewing. See you next time.